One thing that is undeniable is that we all build attachments to people. No matter how hard we try, no matter how many times we tell ourselves that we will not get attached to someone, we always end up doing it. And to be fair, it's not our fault. When we find people that are consistently good in our lives, people that make us happy, people we enjoy spending time with, I mean, how could we not get attached to someone like that? The problem is, once somebody shows you who they truly are, once someone shows you that they're toxic and they're only bringing bad energy to you, it's so hard to cut that person off. Why is it that you watch someone change and you think back to how they used to act? Why is it that once someone starts treating you differently, you're thinking about the good old days and you start reliving those memories? And then you think, what happens when I no longer talk to this person? What happens when this person's out of my life? And you start to feel bad because there was a time when they were there for you. There was a time where they were consistent. There was a time where you were getting along and everything was okay. But the fact that you have to cling on to nostalgia, the fact that you have to go back in your mind to the good old days in order to keep that person in your life currently shows you that their contract with you is expiring. The worst possible thing you can do is tell yourself, look, I've known this person for so long. It's been years since I've known this person. It might even be someone from your childhood that you've known and you think, no, I just can't do this to them, and you start feeling bad for them. But I've got something to tell you. You need to ask yourself, how is this person acting now? Who is this person? Everybody changes. You change. I changed. Everyone on this planet changes. And the people around us change and we outgrow people. That is completely normal. In all the years you know someone, they always show you signs of why they should be in your life still and why they shouldn't be in your life anymore. But something I fear that is even more common than saying that you've known somebody for a long time and that is a reason why you cannot get rid of them is when you don't know someone for a long time. You meet new people. You maybe are in a new place, new school, new work, whatever. And you're trying to get along with these people, and you are, but sometimes they're slyly making jokes about you. Sometimes they're slyly disrespecting you. Sometimes you're not really liking the things that they're saying, but you're not catching them up on it because you're not that close. You're getting to know this person, and maybe it's just their personality. Listen to me here. Look at me. You are your own priority. You come first. I don't know why people all the time, I don't know why you always make excuses for somebody else. You're always the person explaining and going on and on and on, defending somebody for not acting right. You can only explain for yourself. You can only talk for yourself. You need to have a conversation with that person. Maybe they can talk up. Maybe they got things going on. But just because you newly know somebody, do not be scared to cut them off. Do not be scared to make a so-called enemy. Because like I said before, you come first and you're the priority. That person is not going to tell you that. Something I had to learn the hard way was that there is always truth in funny. When people are making jokes about you that might make you feel slightly uncomfortable, they are showing you who they truly are. When we meet people newly or when we're getting to know somebody, they are advertising themselves. Whether that's a friend, a relationship, a new family member that you've newly met, a new teacher, a new boss, they are going through a phase where they are nicer than they normally are. They're going through a phase when they are more outgoing than they normally are because they are trying to advertise themselves to you and be all smiley and happy all the time to try and trick you. And some people do this and they're not all bad later on. But a lot of people do this, but as they are doing it, if you pay close attention, you can see through the cracks. You can see their character breaking down and they show you who they truly are. Everyone on this earth is some sort of actor. Everyone is some sort of actor. Everyone out here is method acting. Acting like somebody they're not, putting up fake personas, characters on social media, in person, everywhere. And to you, everyone does it. But everyone's character slips one way or another. And when you get that gut feeling, when you feel that red flag, instead of ignoring it, you need to bounce on it. And you need to be able to remove this person before it's too late. And what happens when it's too late is you get hurt. People hurt you badly, because what hurts the most is when your gut was telling you something. You got that feeling, but you didn't listen to it. And then you're saying to yourself, man, I should have stopped talking to this person at this point. I should have cut that person out of my life at this point. And then it becomes a game of should-haves and could-haves and would-haves. And that's not a game I like to play. In terms of cutting somebody off, there are a few things that I'll take into account for you. How long have you known this person? How close are you to this person? And who is this person to you? Depending on these factors, it could be pretty easy or it could be pretty hard. But something that a lot of you need to learn is slowly distancing yourself from somebody, slowly letting things drift apart and keeping somebody at arm's length. You see, in the act of slowly drifting apart from somebody, you are making it natural. All of a sudden, you're not talking 24/7. You might only talk to them a couple times a day. All of a sudden, when that person is trying to meet you, you're telling them that you're booked up for the week and that you're actually quite busy. Maybe you can reschedule it, but you never do. Doing simple things like this make it easier to let go of somebody. Because sometimes when you cut off somebody, they know and they don't think it's very nice. But when you slowly let things end nicely, then instead of it feeling like they got cut off, it feels like you're dangling your paper in the water and it's slowly drooping down, sagging down, and falling off. You know what I mean? Life improves when you remove certain people that always needed removing. It feels like you are taking a shower that you haven't taken in months. All right, there's some excuses you could have made. You couldn't be asked, but ultimately it had to be done because you started to stink. The only reason I find this easy now, the only reason why I have a zero tolerance policy, like I talked about in my video, Know Your Worth, even if it gets lonely, is because people have made me fed up. People have made me feel weak. People have broken my heart in the past. So it's only right now that's easier for me to do so because I have experience. This is a reminder that you should not be scared to lose people that are doing nothing good for you. Because you have to ask yourself, are you losing this person? Or are you finally letting go of them? If you have somebody in your life that is actively making you feel down, if you have somebody in your life that is actively dragging you down, preventing you from doing the things that you want to do, if you have somebody in your life that is promoting negativity, that is making you feel hopeless, please take advice from a fool like me and get rid of them today. Spare yourself the headache. And because I've had this flash on this whole time, I now have a headache. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, that's me today. I'ma see you tomorrow. I'm gone. Fuck.